Hello, I'm Dr. M. Welcome to VMC. Today we are going to cover how to properly and safely transport cats and dogs inside vehicles. The vast majority of people do not do this safely or correctly, and we're going to discuss what you should be doing instead. Join me, you'll learn something. Alright, first we'll cover some things that you should not be doing. It is illegal in many places, including where I practice, to transport dogs loose in the bed of pickup trucks. And this is an excellent law because it happens all the time that dogs will fall or jump out of the bed of a pickup truck and they get awful, severe, extreme injuries when this occurs. And I have seen these patients more often than I would ever want to, and there is so much suffering and it is absolutely atrocious. However, what people don't think about is how unsafe it is to tie a dog into the back of a pickup truck. The reason this is unsafe is because often these dogs will still try to jump out, but they won't be able to touch the ground and they'll end up hanging themselves off the side of the truck, and the people might not notice, or it could be the back of the truck and the people can't see them, and these dogs will strangle themselves. This, of course, is awful and causes immense suffering for these dogs. Do not tie your dogs into the back of a pickup truck. If your dog needs to travel in the bed of a pickup, the only way to do this appropriately is inside of a crash-tested kennel that is then strapped down to appropriate strapping points in the bed of that pickup truck. This way your dog is completely contained and they are safely strapped down in a manner that will handle if an accident occurs. The other reason it is not advised to allow dogs to be in the bed of a pickup truck is because of all of the foreign bodies. There could be rocks or bugs or pieces of garbage or anything that can just be picked up by the vehicle or vehicles around the one that your dog is traveling in, and those pieces can hit the dog, and they tend to cause the most damage if they hit in the face and especially into the eye. This happens more than you would like to think it does. So somehow my camera lost some of my recordings, so editing Dr. M here, just to add a couple of notes. First of all, the foreign bodies hitting dog and cat faces is also the reason why you should not allow your dog or cat to travel with their head sticking out of an open window if they're traveling inside the cab of a vehicle. It is incredibly common for animals to try to jump out through these cracked open windows, and it's also incredibly common for foreign bodies to hit them. So if you really insist that your pet would like to sniff out the window, you can have it cracked open, just enough that they can put their nostrils against that opening, but that none of their body is traveling outside of the vehicle. Because we cannot control the wind or temperature for an animal that is traveling in the bed of a pickup truck, it is best for their safety to be in the cabin of the vehicle while traveling. That way we know that the temperature regulation is going to be appropriate for them, and if they're having any issues or distress, then we will hear it and can attend to whatever they need. Many people will leave their animals loose in the vehicle as they travel. This is incredibly dangerous for the animal and for the other people. In the event of an accident, that animal is just going to fly through the cabin of the vehicle. And I have had many patients get severely injured this way. Some of them have gone through windshields. Some of them have hit the people inside of the vehicle and caused a lot of injury to both of them. I had at least one patient, maybe two, that flew off the back seat, hit the back of the front seat, and broke their neck or back from that impact. It's for this reason that we must properly secure our pets while we travel inside of vehicles. It's possible to use crash-tested kennels inside of the vehicle. Sometimes you can fit those into a back seat that folds down, or if it's an SUV style, then you can strap the kennel down into the very back of the SUV. Yes, that means that if there is an accident, your animal will still hit the sides of their kennel. But because that kennel is appropriately strapped down, that will reduce the amount of damage to their body. If you are wanting your dog to travel on the back seat, then you need to use a crash-tested harness that is designed as a seatbelt for dogs as they travel. For canine crash-tested harnesses, I would look at Sleepy Pod, and I would also look at Kurgo. Neither of them are sponsoring this video. There are no sponsors to this video at all. And so then you just find whichever harness is the best fit for your individual dog of the options that are out there, and you go with that. And how these work is they have a wider chest piece that is designed that if an accident occurs, the force from that accident should be dispersed over that chest piece and therefore cause less issue to the dog wearing that harness. And then all the buckles are usually metal so that they can survive the force of a crash. It gets clipped into a seatbelt receptacle, just like the ones that you and I would use. And so then you have a fairly short tether at the back of this crash-tested harness to use to keep your dog secure on a back seat. I'm not aware of harnesses for cats that are crash-tested, but you can try to look to find them. There are also crash-tested kennel options for cats, and some of those are designed that they can use like a traditional seat belt to be clipped in on a back seat. It is very important that you never put dogs or cats into the front seat of a vehicle. This is because the airbags that are there, if they go off in the event of an accident, they would hurt your pet. Your pet is too small and is not, designed in the same way a human is. It's for the same reason younger children cannot be in the front seats of vehicles. If there is an accident, those airbags will hurt your pet, and so all pets must stay in the back seat. So in summary, for your safety, for your pet's safety, please keep them in a crash-tested kennel or harness. Make certain that you never allow your pets to travel in the front seat. Do not ever let them be loose in the vehicle. Do not let them have their heads out of the window. Do not let them in the bed of the pickup truck. We need to keep them safe, and in the chance of an accident, prevent as much injury to them and also to all of the people in the vehicle as is possible. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. We're essentially a third of the way there, and I'd love if you could help me reach my goal. If you've learned something today, please like the video. It does help us a lot. And comment if you've got any ideas of what you want me to cover next. I'm always looking for things that you would find helpful to know a bit more about. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye!